Let's get into day 2. For lunch, we had McDonald's. Now, I have not had McDonald's in America in like almost 15 years, but when Olivia travels to different countries, she likes to try their McDonald's because they're all so much different than ours in America. That was their McCafe area, and as you can see, they had like some really good looking pastries. I had the Filet-O-Fish, no cheese, with fries. Olivia had her famous hamburger, hold the meat, and add french fries on the sandwich, and she was in heaven. That is one of her favorite meals ever. After that, we exchanged some currency so we could get some euros, and then we went to the hotel so we could take a nap before we got started on our food tour. While we're waiting for our tour guide, I noticed this graffiti that said Red and Black Lives Matter. I'm not sure what group of people Red represents, but it was very powerful to see Black Lives Matter in a foreign country. Just to see the reach that that movement has is always impactful to me. And of course, Olivia and I took some pictures while we were waiting, and then our food tour got started with this first restaurant.
This one we consider this to be a lot more sophisticated and better than Prosecco, and you'll understand why.
I love Prosecco, so
Yeah.
I am ready for this.
This one is prepared just the same as the champagne in France.
Here's the bottle of wine that the tour guide was describing. It is very similar to Prosecco, but much more sophisticated, as she said, and it was delicious. And it was right up Olivia's alley because Prosecco is one of her favorite drinks. And here is the restaurant that was empty, as you can see. It was just me, Olivia, and the tour guide. The tour guide, Silva, she let us know that most people in Milan start having dinner at 8:30, and it was around 6:45 when we got there. So we basically had the restaurant to ourselves. And to top it off, that tour was not supposed to be a private tour. There could have been a possibility for other people to have joined us, but it turns out it was just me and Olivia, and so that was perfect for us because we were able to ask a bunch of questions. We were able to take our time, and Silva was really nice and really wonderful and knowledgeable. At this restaurant, we had our appetizer, which was a fried vegetable dish. It was fried in like a tempura batter, which was delicious. As you can see, my bowl is empty. These are some apartments that were above the restaurant that we thought were really beautiful with the yellow paint. This is the only Catholic church that's allowed to have a star at the top instead of a cross, because the star represents the 3 wise men who followed the North Star to see the birth of Jesus. And here is our second restaurant of the day. This was by far my favorite meal of the day. That yellow risotto and the pasta was so good, especially the yellow risotto, which turned out to be a staple food in Milan, and it was created on an accident. One cook was playing a trick on another cook and wound up putting saffron in his risotto that he was making, and when it combined with the other ingredients that were already in there, it turned it yellow, and it turned out to be super delicious, and it turned out to be a staple food in Milan. So I thought that was a pretty cool story. These fountains are all around the city of Milan. Now, I normally don't mess with no public fountains, but our tour guide Silva, she let us know that this water is safe to drink, and people often use it as well to wash their hands. And if you plug the faucet with your hand, then the water will come out from the top, and that's how people often drink from it. Now, I wasn't old enough to drink from the fountain, but I did put my hand in there to rinse off and wash my hand, and the water was actually pretty cool, but I ain't gonna try to drink it though. Here is our third restaurant. Now, what they would have normally served here is a pork dish, and neither Olivia and I eat pork, so we had this tomato dish with this burrata cheese and this fried dough, which was really delicious, and of course some wine. Alrighty, let's get into my second favorite meal of the day, dessert. We had cannolis. It was delicious, and this shop was super cute. I love the tile work and how colorful it was, and just how clean and beautiful it was. Those are the cannoli shells. We each got to choose 2 mini cannolis, and I thought they were going to be really small, but they weren't. They were the perfect portion. I got the raspberry and white chocolate and the strawberries and coconut. Olivia also got the raspberries and white chocolate, and she also got the pear and dark chocolate, which were so good. And let's see him make some. The cannolis looked beautiful, but do they taste beautiful? Here was the test. That first bite was great. It's very crunchy. And I think that face says it all. After we finished our food tour, we walked along this canal, which was very beautiful, but also very busy. As you can see, it's a lot of people. And this was just a Tuesday, so I can only imagine what it looks like on the weekends. Finished up our walk along the canal and then headed back to the hotel, and we were greeted by this lovely surprise from the front desk, which we thought was really thoughtful and was a great way to end the night.